What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Thoughts and Divine Wisdom. Okay, uh, sitting here, just got finished loading. I just got finished being unloaded. So now, since I got a little time to spare, I'm going to make a little video. Alright, so this video is going to be about bringing people to the journey, as far as, if you're curious about this walk, if you're striving to walk this walk and everything. This is something that you have to find within yourself. Can't nobody suaveness, can't nobody words or anything like that gravitate you towards wanting it. This is something that actually has to come from the self. And some people, in every instance, they go through the fire of life and they get to the point where they're asking the question of, who am I? And each person must walk this course in order to get to this journey. The beginning stages of everything is all about the self. The life tasks, the life lessons that are learned is all about the self. So if you are curious, that's one thing, but if you don't walk the walk the way that I prescribed in these videos, the initial walk, then it's not going to happen because you're not mentally ready. So you have to go through the journey of life in order to get to this point. And like I said before in other videos, every person has life tasks they must fulfill. What was your purpose of coming here to do this thing called life, which is a test? So you're going to have to figure out, really sit down. Like most people really need to sit down, take a step back, and really look at where they're heading, where they've gone, what's going on, and truly ask yourself these questions of, what am I doing? Who am I? Until you are ready to do that, your life will stay at a standstill until you're ready to learn the life lessons that you're supposed to learn. And so once you learn that life lesson, life may give you more life lessons, and it's continuous, but I'm talking about to the point where you've looked within and actually did the work. You actually doing the shadow work to fix yourself. The flaws, whether it's in your personality or habits or addictions that's hurting you or anything like that, clearing out the foundation. All these things are things that you must look at. All these things is much you must figure out. Putting down the identity, all this stuff is what you're going to have to look at. But once you get there, you'll find the moment of clarity where you can start asking yourself the questions of the self. And that's how it works and everything. But, the people who are asking the questions of self, it's everybody trying to do it. But the people who stay confused, the people who stay in this stumbling block of offense in their life, whether it's one thing or the next, those are the people who hadn't figured out the life lesson yet. For the people who have figured out the life lesson, they evaluated and figure out the life lessons that came into their life, and they stand a certain way. Those are the people, when they ask, who am I? That's when the path gears you towards walking down your path to clear out the baggage, to clear out certain ideologies, to clear out old mindsets. All those things is what apply. Okay? So, but anyways, this is how the progress works. But first, you must learn your life lessons or your life tasks first. Because life is not going to allow you, or the universe is not going to allow you to continue walking on your path, progressing, if you haven't solved any of the issues that's going on with you. If you're angry all the time, always mad, person that's always jealous, person that holds envy on a high level, people who always trying to compete. Nothing wrong with competing at certain times, but if that's what your life is solely based on, then that's not it. That's not it. Okay? So, I mean, it's these things, or these are examples to show you, look, these are things that you have to work on. Now, I can sit here all day and try to explain to people what, hold on, excuse me. I can sit here all day trying to explain to people what the things are, but no, I can't. Because life is life, and you know what your flaws are. You know what you need to work on. And these are the things that you must work on. When it comes down to things that you try to glaze over, guess what? Life has a funny way of bringing it right back up, because you need to fix this thing too. And it will continuously stay a stumbling block of offense until you acknowledge this thing that you keep glazing over. That's how it works. So there are mechanisms within life that will allow you to progress when it's time. When you are hard-headed, or you glaze over the truth, or anything like that, life has a way of keeping you where you're at. And it shall make this thing a stumbling block of offense to whatever is going on. So, with that being said, okay, humble yourself. Learn to sit back and reflect who you are. Learn to sit back and really look into your proverbial mirror. I've said this numerous times. Learn to do it. Okay? And truly look at your faults and flaws. Okay? Truly look at your faults and flaws of yourself. You may not want to admit it, but hey, when you sit down, you may come to the realization that, hey, I am karmic. I am a problem to people. I am abrasive. I am somewhat of a bully, or whatever this situation is with you. So, look inwards and start fixing. And you got to be real to yourself. See, like I've said before, you can lie to other people, you can lie to the people around you, but at the end of the day, when you are truly looking at yourself, you can't lie to yourself, and you can't lie to the divine spirit. And this is the truth. You can't. And if you think that you're going to try to deceive, you're going to outsmart the divine spirit and what he's created and what he's doing, then you got another thing coming. That's not what's going to happen. He will have you sit there. He will have you sit there over and over and over. He will keep bringing the same problem to you until you get it. And you can't be mad when you see other people progressing because they figured it out. So until you are ready to do that, you're going to stay where you're at. But on the flip side, for the people who was willing to, who are open to want to walk this path, these are the things that you must do. You must look within and start figuring yourself out. And don't lie to yourself. Be real to yourself as you walk and clear out and everything. I promise you, it will gain clarity in the end. Okay? So, for all the people out there who is trying to figure it out, okay? And for all the people out there who have questions and all that good stuff, feel free to email me at thoughtsanddivinewisdom@gmail.com, or you can send them, you can put a message on the community board, or you can leave a message or a comment under the video, and I'll respond and everything. I just got a message just recently. In fact, one person tried to say there's no such thing as chosen and stop making stuff up, and I'm like, no, there's chosen. There's chosen. There are chosen. And it's not a cookie. And see, this is the old world religion talking here. When I heard that, I just felt the old school religion coming back around. The truth is, there are chosen out there. Okay? There are chosen. This is not one size fits all. We all human. We all got the same life mission. We all leave the same way, and we all got no. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. And if there was no there is no chosen. I don't know if you're a Christian or whatever. So I'm gonna just place it as you're a Christian. Okay. So I'm going to assume that you're a Christian. I don't know if you are, but if you are, I'll use some references that maybe you'll understand. Okay. So there's no chosen. So everybody in the Bible just lived the same life, right? Everybody in the Bible lived the same life? Yes or no? Number 2, all the sons of man. Abraham, Noah, Moses, David. List goes on and on and on and on. They wasn't chosen for what they were supposed to do. They wasn't chosen. They wasn't chosen. So basically, if they wasn't chosen, so everybody is supposed to do the same thing. Everybody's supposed to build an ark like Noah. Everybody's supposed to lead a kingdom like David. Everybody's supposed to free up people, like Moses. No, there are chosen out there. There are chosen. I mean, even in Revelation, we'll talk about the 144,000. They are chosen. So this weird concept that y'all doing, y'all want one size to fit all because you don't want nobody to be left behind. No, no, that's not how this whole system is built. It's not. Certain people have certain tasks. Other people have other tasks in certain things. Saying, oh, this life isn't, you go work at your job, go to sleep, come back from work, eat, take a shower, go to sleep, wake up, and go do the same thing over again until you die, and then, oh, I fulfilled my life. No, that's not how it works. In fact, y'all, if you really knew, a lot of y'all have been back numerous times here and can't figure out why you are here, because most of the people's living on the surface. Most of the people's living on the surface. Okay? So, but anyways, yes, there are chosen. The Bible shows it numerously. People are chosen. People are chosen. Okay? I'm not saying now if what you're saying is, oh, you think, you're trying to say that people are better. No. I am not better as a person, as a man, as a human being. I am no different than anybody else. Okay? And I keep myself humble, and I use temperance. That's what I do. But there are certain people who are here for certain things. And it is foolish to think in that old diatribe or that old mindset back in the day that everybody can do anything. No, they can't. No, they can't. Not everybody is Michael Jackson. Not everybody is Michael Jordan. Not everybody is, Nikola Tesla. Not everybody is Michelangelo. Not everybody's Barry Sanders or Deion Sanders or, they had a specific task or a specific talent that other people don't have. So by divine talent, yes, they were chosen to do what they did as far as what they did. Now, the divine mission, that's a totally different story. But just in their talents alone, yes, not everybody has the talent of Michael Jordan. Sorry, not everybody can do that. Okay? So, this notion that there's no such thing as chosen, that's not true. You need to look at your Bible again and show, and every son of man that's in the Bible was chosen. Okay? I think what you are looking at is the religion that you believe in. You want one size to fit all. That way you feel safe and justified in what you are doing. No. That's not how it works. Okay. But anyways, man, I'm hitting 20 minutes. But like I said before, if you have any questions, if you have any disagreements on anything, then feel free to email me at thoughtsanddivinewisdom@gmail.com or leave a comment on the video, or you can post something on the community board. Okay? Again, I'll hop on every once in a while, but my desire is to be a beacon of light for people who are in need of help. Okay, I am a beacon of light to help on the journey. And just like the comment who disagreed and all that, look, I have no malice towards that man or that person. I'll disagree and I'll comment, or I'll do what I just did. But there is no disagreement that I won't. There is no disagreement that I can't tolerate. Okay, so keep the comments and the messages and the emails coming whenever, and doing, and I'll keep making these videos and stuff like that. So, like I said, many blessings to you guys. I look forward to hearing from you guys, as well as I look forward to making another video. You guys stay blessed, impressed, like the best. Talk to you guys later. Peace.